One.
Welcome to Story with Issues. I'm Lalo.
And I'm Robert.
And this is The Dark Knight Returns.
This is our Bat Day special.
It's a double feature.
If Robert remembers to upload it on time, which he does, always, like a G.
It's a double feature today. We have two books, and we're doing the Batman Returns and Spawn Batman. I'm just kidding. We're not doing Spawn Batman.
Not yet, at least. Not until we cover Spawn.
Not yet. No. There's actually... I'm not bringing Spawn Batman today, because even though I already brought it up, I'm not bringing it up. No, The Dark Knight Returns is published by...
That makes sense. I'm gonna shut up. Continue, Lalo.
The Dark Knight Returns is written by Frank Miller, with art by Frank Miller, with inks by Klaus Jensen. And I only mention the inks because there is you will see it. You will see what I mean when we crack open the book. But this is one of the best Batman stories ever written.
So
I'm
good
not even telling tales out of...
So good that this was the basis upon the Snyder vs. Batman.
Yes. They built off that horrible movie, Batman v Superman, around this book. And, okay, I give a lot of hard times to Batman v Superman, but I rewatched it recently because of The Flash. We went on my build up to watch The Flash. I saw Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Justice League, the Snyder Cut, and that's it. I did not care for Aquaman or Wonder Woman. I didn't care for... I watched the main DC movies.
Hashtag not my DCU.
And it was interesting, to say the least. I will say this. I saw for Batman v Superman, the version I saw was the extended cut, which is a little better. A little bit. Not a lot, but it's enough to make it enjoyable. But Robert, before we start with this book, I want to ask you something.
No, I do not have the tism.
No, when I say old Batman, what do you think?
I think of Batman Beyond.
Okay, Batman Beyond. But how old do you think? How old do you think would be required to be an old Batman?
Objection! I already know the answer because you were ranting about this in the group chat. So I'm gonna
how old?
I'm gonna say 57.
It's 50. Well, this version of Batman is 20 years separated from the original timeline at the time. And I will scratch that. I will say at the time, this is 20 years separated from what we knew back then. Funny enough, the premise of this book is actually based on a story that wouldn't happen 7 years after this book was written. Was
it the Master Race?
No. The premise of this book is that after Jason Todd died, Batman gave up. Batman quit.
Okay.
This book is published in 1986. Robin wouldn't die in the comics continuity until 1991. Someone's already yelling at me in the comments that I'm wrong on the date of... I know that Robin died in the 90s.
It's probably...
I know that for a fact.
It's probably the ops, if you know what I mean.
I know that for a fact that Robin died in the 90s.
Oh, okay, can we just get to the book, Lalo? You've been telling me it's a big book, and we're going to cover every single page of it. And I ain't got time to, listen to your rants. I'm sorry.
No, well, okay. Going into the book, is,
go into
again,
the
like I
book.
said, it's 20 years after Batman has been retired, and we meet Bruce Wayne. And this Bruce Wayne is 55 years old. For the final motherfucking time that I will say this.
I was close
I will
enough.
not.
55, 57, potato.
Anyway, I will mention this all the time because Bruce Wayne mentions it a lot. But and he is a suicidal man at this point.
I mean, same.
But not in the way that, oh, I want to die. No, I want my death to mean something. And every time we get like a moment, every time he gets near to his death, for example, right here in the first page, we see Bruce Wayne on a race car, and the woman he's running an F1 vehicle, patented by Wayne Enterprises, and the woman on his headphones is telling him that autopilot is blocking the speed because if he reaches that speed, the car will start destroying itself. And Batman just says, "Fuck that!" Breaks the front of the car, and overrides the blockage. And what happens? Immediately the car turns on, lights up in a ball of flames, and it crashes. And everyone in the audience is terrified because, oh my god, we just witnessed Bruce Wayne died. We didn't. He jumped out at the last minute. And
as he should.
We have this setup of newscasters reporting on what's going on recently in the city. It's been Gordon is retiring in a month after his 70th birthday. And coincidentally, today marks the 20th anniversary of the last sighting of the Batman. And the reporter says, and wherever he is, dead or alive, I hope he is. And this reporter believes that he is alive, and I hope he's having a drink with a trusted friend. And we jump into Batman clinking a glass with Jim Gordon. Gordon knows that Bruce Wayne is.
You literally almost said Jefferson Davis, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I swear, I've been playing the Marvel Spider-Man game for the last trying to catch up before the next game comes out, and my brain went places in that one sentence.
I know, it shows.
And Gordon is talking to Bruce, saying, "Hey, to a new beginning, to new ends, and hopefully to a happy life." And they're talking, and he says, "Have you talked to Dick recently?" And Bruce gets defensive immediately because Jim knows that he hasn't talked to Dick Grayson in about 10 years. Spoilers, because Dick Grayson became our fucking Joker eyes bullshit. But we're not gonna talk about that.
Buddy, you're supposed to. That's supposed to be. You fucking pain me. You don't know how to do reviews. A single bit.
No. This is not in this book. This is in The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Hold up, we're going on a little side tangent here. No, I'm kidding. Continue.
Anyway, and Gordon is talking to Batman is asking if he did a difference, and that's mostly what he's worried about at this moment. Did he make a difference? Did he change the world? And Gordon is, you did change the world. It's for the better right now. And Batman says, yeah, but I'm not needed anymore. We never said that. And we find out that there's this people called the Mutants. They're a gang and they're
Damn
wreaking
muties.
havoc. Different mutants. These are just teenagers dressing up as jackasses.
The Unigans.
But and well, Bruce calls it a night. He pays the bill and he walks. And he just walks. He doesn't go to his car. He just starts walking. He wants to heal the city. He's melancholic. He's neurotic at this moment. And as he's walking, he hears two teenagers, no older than 15 or 16, clanking a knife between each other and saying, "Come on, man, slice and dice." And Bruce is like, "All right." He takes off his suit jacket, and the other one, one of them says, "Oh, come on, man. No, he's into it. I don't like it when they're into it. Let's go to the arcade." And Batman's just like, "Fucking cowards." In the meantime, next morning we get news reports of like how is the hottest time in the city in Gotham. This is rising up to 103, and this will create like a wave of not just heat but crime. And we jump back into the Arkham home for the emotionally troubled, where we see a man with a white face and frowning. The Joker, no longer smiling because there is no Batman for him. But that doesn't matter at this moment because two doctors are actually talking to Harvey Dent, who once was Two-Face, now is finally cured. Not just mentally, but physically. As they remove his bandages, and we see that finally the two sides of his face match. Not in the way you think, by the way. And he's being prepared for release. And finally, and the newscasters are reporting on it, we meet his psychiatrist, Dr. Whopper. And he is an extremist supporter of Superman and a complete condemner for the Batman. Because in this world, Superman and all the heroes are gone. And Superman is actually a Black Ops operationist working secretly under the shadows, under the direction of none other than Ronald Reagan.
Damn right he is.
And as we get the news reports of Harvey Dent going back into the world, finally like doing some good, and he shows up his two-sided coin that once was scratched on the one half, showing off that now both sides are squeaky clean, symbolizing that finally Two-Face is no more. Bruce is actually like channel surfing as that's going on, and he's getting nightmares every night. And in those nightmares, he sees a bat flying over the night. He sees himself playing in his parents' backyard as he falls into a pit.
Oh, it's like that one scene from that one film.
Yeah. And The Dark Knight. No, it's Batman Begins, fuck. Or like any Batman movie you ever see.
Yes. The stereotypical.
In that, it's actually based off of Batman Year One, written by Frank Miller, which became the Bible for the Batman.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
And he falls into the pit, and he hears squeaky sounds, and those squeaky sounds became flaps of the wings, and those wings become bats that come at him.
Why
And he
not
wakes
Man-Bat?
up terrified by the ordeal. And he goes down to the basement, fully naked, by the way. Frank Miller likes to really draw Batman naked. But like, hey, who am I to judge? Am I right?
Can you just shut
And
up, please?
and he goes down to the basement to what once was the Batcave to just like look at Robin's old costume.
It's like that one scene from that one film.
Yeah, that one film from Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
And suddenly there are reports that Harvey Dent has been kidnapped.
I mean, that makes sense.
Well, he's missing.
I was missing
They
once.
don't say that
They
he's
locked me
been
in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room full of rats.
a rubber room with rats.
No,
Rats
yeah.
made me crazy. Well, bats.
Are we not? Are you sure you're not insane? I think we're insane.
I was crazy ones. They locked me in a room.
All right,
Rubber
continue.
room.
Continuing.
We get like people are. Batman is finally channel surfing again. He sits down with a bottle of whiskey, and by the way, there is some comment in that meeting with Jim Gordon at the beginning of the book that he used to pretend that the wine, the drinks that he would drink was simply like sodas. And now he no longer pretends to drink. Now he actually drinks. Because that is the only way to remove the pain of not being the Batman. He's channel surfing, and he comes across a movie that touched him as a child. The Mark of Sorrow.
The more isn't one.
Jesus Christ. The Mark of Zorro. And he remembers to that one night where he wanted to watch that movie, and he begged his mom and his dad to take him down to the city and watch that movie.
Now where did that get
He
him?
was inspired. And then they turned into the crime alley. And they were gunned down right in front of him.
That's just a poor oversight. Why would anyone, and I mean anyone, walk down an alleyway?
It became crime.
No. I was.
The Waynes died.
No. I'm not even talking about like the name Crime Alley. I wouldn't walk down any alley.
Well, that was the only way to their car.
To fucking walk around the building a little bit more, pal. Walk the extra block.
Hey, when you're rich, you don't want to walk that extra block.
When you're rich, you pay the guy to bring the car around.
Hey, motherfucker. Hey, buddy. Bring me a car for a nickel. Here you go.
Exactly. I wouldn't walk down an alleyway. I don't walk down alleyways, and I'm broke. I don't have anything to lose.
And he gets these he's getting those flashbacks. He changes the channel. Reports of a murder that were of 2 children and 2 young men. Switches the channel. 4 killed in a senseless attack on click. Subway deaths have reached an all-time high. Click. Rape and mutilation. Click. Here's Dave with some good news. Dave? It is right as rain. The heat's finally going to break, but we're in for a whopper of a click, and shuts down the TV. And he goes outside. As the rain is falling, he is baptized by the night. And he goes back to that one night where he's sitting on his father's desk. He's flashing back and forth, by the way. So
No shit.
there's there's a moment where he picks up the phone and Selena Kyle's calling him saying, Bruce, I'm so lonely. Like, where are you? I need you. And then there's another one of Bruce Wayne, of Clark Kent saying, um, Miss, well, there's Mr. Wayne. This is Harvey Dent. I just want to thank you. You've done so much. I feel so whole, so free. I want you to know that someday I'll find a way to repay you. And then it's Clark and says, I just thought you should know I'll be out of town for the next few weeks. Way out of town. Click. Selena, I'm so lonely, Bruce. I need you. And he flashes back to that one night where he's sitting on his father's room, like his father's study, right after being stabbed by a hooker. And says, Father, I need a sign. If you don't give me a sign, I might as well die right here, right now. And a bat crashes through the window.
Through the wall.
And that's the night he decides to come back.
I love it when pages decide to load in the middle of it.
Batman, there's a woman being robbed. It's about to be stabbed and killed. And the man is yanked off of the woman and thrown into a glass window. And a thunder hits the skyline as a man is hopping into a taxi and pulls out a gun on the taxi driver. And then the gun is grabbed, smashed against the window, and the taxi driver is just told to drive. He gives him a handful of money and he leaves. And then suddenly, two little girls are coming out of an arcade.
Okay, I want to say this right now. So this kind of has a some sort of parallels to the opening scene of the Batman. Well, like all these crimes are being committed, but you don't know where the Batman's actually at until the very end.
Yeah.
I hate saying, "Oh, it's that one thing from that film," because it started off as a joke.
No.
Now it's like
but
me actually joking.
Actually have a comment about it to relate to it. You're like, "Fuck, I feel like an asshole."
Well, not even that. I just felt like it was a little goofy joke. Now it's actually a thing I have to like further elaborate on because it's not a joke this time. Because normally, most of my shit's a joke.
Two teenagers are coming out of the arcade. One of them named Carrie. It is clearly stated because the other one says her name.
Clearly, she's going to be a very important character, right, Lalo?
Absolutely. And Carrie they're walking out of the arcade and they hear the same guys. Slice and dice, man. Come on. Get over here. Chicken legs, chicken legs, chicken legs. That's literally what he says. And they're about to pull a knife on her. And suddenly, boom! A set of 4 batarangs dives into the guy's arm.
Oh, so it's like that one thing from that one film.
God damn it!
You never know which one it's gonna be until the very end. Next, you're gonna tell me that someone say it's Mormon time, right?
Motherfucker! you had to say it.
I had to.
And basically, the lights go out on the arcade, and we just hear the guy screaming. And then suddenly, he's thrown into the sign, and electric shocks go all over him. That motherfucker dead.
I think Frank.
No, he's not.
I think Frank Miller just broke Batman's cardinal rule.
No, because the guy is alive and he comes back later.
Well,
That's
what
the thing.
fuck?
This motherfucker's alive. Yeah, it's Rob and Dan. They're integral characters in this fucking first arc of the book.
What the fuck?
By this first arc, I mean the first issue. Because every issue is 51 pages long.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're covering this so late at night that...
It is currently 9 p.m.
9:58
p.m.
This man wanted me to record it at 11 o'clock last night. I'm like, man, I like sleep.
Hey. Motherfucker.
Motherfucker, what?
I did. No. You cancel on me, my man.
Buddy, I got off of work at 10.
Okay, moving on.
You want to recover, 200 pages in like an hour?
So far we're 10 minutes in. Actually,
25.
We're 20 minutes in.
25, fuck you. I've got the receipts. And we're not even halfway we're done with the first book, are we? Yeah, we're halfway done with the first book, Lalo.
Anyway, police reports are coming through of like everything that's been going on this night. People are saying good things, people are saying bad things about what's going on, but mainly we hear bad things about the Batman.
Hashtag not my Batman.
And there's another one. There's an Batman jumps into the front of a police car as they're following a group of robbers. And Batman, the police car swerves. Batman jumps into the robbers' car, and then they crash into a building.
Wake up! They hit the Pentagon.
Batman just says, "They'll be fine." As the police starts pulling up and says, "These men are mine." And the police, one of them is a rookie. The other one is actually like a seasoned guy who's been around in the force longer than 20 years.
He's seen the Batman before.
Yes, that's just to be said. It's just established because he starts telling like this man that he's seen the Batman work before. The police stupidly, the rookie pulls a gun on the Batman.
Dumb bubblegum looking ass.
As Batman like climbs up, it completely ignores, by the way, the rookie climbs up and gets the robbers. And throughout the whole thing, he says, "I am being hurt. I'm being loud." And not even by a little bit, but I used to be like, when I was younger, I used to be more cautious. I used to be more quiet. I used to be more silent. And now they can hear me take a step.
Well, he hasn't done it for 20 years.
Yeah. Like, but he's still like kicking himself about it. And he throws like the grappling hook and starts breaking down the pipe that he stuck it on. And they find him and start shooting at him. He grabs one of the guys, pulls him through the floor into the floor below them. He takes him out. Okay. Other guy starts throwing like shit at him, like shooting at him. Batman kicks him in the stomach. He's down. And then he has the final one. And he has him surrounded. He's about to question him when the police pulls a gun on him and says, "Freeze or I'll shoot." And says, and the older guy is like, "Batman, I'm sorry. Pardon the rookie. He's a moron. Like, you know how they are. He's all hot and bothered, like." And Batman is looking into the guy's jacket, and he finds a coin.
It's a silver dollar
coin.
It's a silver dollar. Oh, that's what it's called.
No, it's not a silver dollar. It's a 50-cent coin.
Potato, really.
And they're both marked on both sides.
Sounds like someone's being a copycat.
No. Well, that's the theory of Batman. He's begging to God that it's not Harvey.
It's Harvey, I know. I've read some of this before.
It's Harvey.
Yeah. Spoiler, guys. It's Harvey. Who would have fucking guessed?
Who'd have fucking thought? And the police is like, just get him to safety and make sure he talks. he blew ass and leaves.
Eat ass and skate
And
fast.
as the newscast in the next morning started reporting on the Batman and what's been going on in one night, and none other than the Joker is looking at the screens, and he finally cracked his smile and says, "Batman, my darling, I can't believe you're back."
Okay, so put your shoes in this for a minute. You know how ecstatic you would be, right? Like, okay, even just one night of the Batman. Oh, okay, maybe he's not active time, or maybe he just didn't get caught, right? 2 nights,
Mm-hmm.
week goes on. Okay, it's whatever. Maybe he's out of town. Months pass. It's odd, whatever. But years, when years start to pass, you start like going crazy and going delirious over them, right? Imagine a man who's already delirious, right?
Like,
Put it
oh shit.
like his whole entire wardrobe must have got so fucked from just the utter gaslighting of not, even someone who don't
Knowing if Batman is alive or dead.
someone who doesn't even know, you don't know the guy at all, like not a single
But you're obsessed with him.
Yeah, you're a footnote in this guy's life, and you're obsessed with
Yeah.
him. Crazy.
Mornings after, like, there are people taking sides. There's a show like Point versus Point where Lana Lane is debating against other people who are against the Batman. She is for the Batman, and she's like debating alongside people, while Gordon is being told that there are death threats against him. One of the main ones are the mutants, who are going against Gordon.
Damn dirty mutants.
Not those mutants.
See, that's why I can say it. Uh-huh.
Fair enough.
Also, hey, Lala, buddy, how do you feel about Ryan Gosling officially submitted for an Oscar consideration for Best Supporting Actor?
That is fucking amazing. That is the shitpost coming through.
Let's just hope he's kin enough, because we all know he has a kin tree.
By the way, Jim Gordon is offering no comments.
No shit, he's about to leave. He wants
On
to
the
go
Batman.
home.
No. They ask him on the Batman. Like, what is your stand now that the Batman is back? And they all fucking know that his stand on the Batman. They know that he's all for him. He's been allowing him for 30 years before.
Yeah. Time does affect your stance on stuff. You know that, right, Lalo?
That's true.
But also,
but he's like, no comment.
But he also knows Batman's identity.
Yeah, he's Batman's best friend in the Force.
Only friend you might even imagine.
He's my buddy. He's my pal.
Alright, moving forward.
And he's also talking to the victim, quote unquote, of the guy who was caught yesterday, like the night before. And he's asking for bail and also for witness protection against the Batman. And Jim is like,
imagine getting your shit so hard, kicked in so hard, that you have to ask the police.
And Jim is like, fuck you, you're getting bail. That's all you get, buddy. And it's like, wait, no, I'm not leaving until... No. You are leaving. You got bailed. You need to get the fuck out of here. We're not protecting you. And then he clicks the phone and leaves.
Also, what are the odds of Batman finding someone who uses an witness protection program? He is the world's greatest detective.
Not just that. He has a guy on the inside.
That could be problematic, if you really think about it. I think it's a felony to reveal someone's identity like that.
I don't think Gordon gives a shit or two.
Well, see, but it's a felony law. The federal government gets involved when that happens, when identities get leaked. That's not a city cop. That's a federal cop thing.
Yeah, again, I don't think Gordon gives a shit or two. Like, come for me, I'll fuck you up.
I have Batman on my side.
I got Batman on my corner.
I've got power. I got the power of God and Batman on my
And Batman
side.
on my side.
Continuing.
And Batman goes after the guy that same night, asking, "What is up with the coin? Where is Dent? Is Dent the? I back at it again, mainly and most of all." And as we're getting that, we get newscast of Batman. Yeah, I think he's okay. He's kicking the right butts. Butts are kicking. That's for sure. Hope he goes for the homos next.
That'd be pretty base if Batman. That'd be pretty base if Batman did that.
Fucking
But
Batman.
that's not very poggles though.
And while that's going on, we see that little girl, Carrie, looking out the window, wanting to like be a part of his world. In all Little Mermaid action.
Also, can we talk about the fact that the microphone for the Channel 4 News looks like the Fantastic Four symbol?
It does. That's fucking weird.
This has been my 2 cents. Lala can continue.
The next night, like Batman is meeting up with Gordon, and Gordon is pretty much like, "Hey man, now that you're back, it's going down. You know that, right? Like there is nothing I can do. I am leaving in 4 weeks." And Batman's like, "Yep, I'm aware. Moving on."
Also, I'm going to say this right now. The fact that, if they're going to get another, police commissioner, they're going to get someone who also was on the force when Batman was active. Right? Like,
are you sure about that?
Why weren't they? Why would they hire a fucking beat cop to be a fucking police commissioner? Right? It makes no sense.
Well, maybe someone who's against the Batman.
Well, guess what? The Batman can just launch his fist through their face and boom, another police commissioner, boom.
Here's the thing. Batman hasn't attacked the police yet.
Not yet. But
I don't think he has ever done that before.
Sometimes though you can say fuck 12. Continuing.
Anyway, we're getting Dr. Whopper is actually announcing his brand new what's his name? Patient. That's the word I was looking for, patient. And it's gonna be none other than the Joker. Because he had just become responsive after 10 years, 20 years. And the Joker is meeting up with I don't know. For this fucking dude, I have never seen him on a Batman comic before this. He doesn't get a name, but he's a fucking weirdo, and he freaks me out. Anyway, he is a toy maker.
This 8 guy?
Yeah, egg-headed dude. He is a toy maker for the Joker. And you know what toys he makes?
Zaps.
Toys. Yep. Batman is following up on a lead on the Harvey Dent case. There's a helicopter that was stolen, and he's leading it, and he is with a sniper rifle that I don't remember if it's a tracker or he is loading something into it. And he realizes that he's at the wrong tower. One of the Gotham City's towers. Yeah, he's at the wrong one, and he cannot get the angle on the helicopter.
Unfortunate.
So he has to climb himself into the next tower, and to get the shot. While he's doing that, can you guess what?
They hit the Pentagon.
It's too fucking late.
They hit the Pentagon.
And they attack the newscaster where they're standing a show, and the man in the bandaged mask, Hush looking motherfucker, starts talking, saying, "I stand here atop Gotham's beautiful twin towers with two bombs
Oh
capable of
no!
making
Oh no!
them rubble. You have 20 minutes to save them." So I freeze it. If I had the time or the right, Batman is trying to freeze the connection between the two towers, the bomb towers. And while he is doing that, he gets shot in the chest. Fortunately enough, the steel plate that's covering his chest gets most of the shot. But all he can say is, "Lucky. That was really lucky." As he falls, he's falling into the air. He manages to use the shot as he loads the gun with a grappler and shoots it at the helicopter, where he knocks down Harvey Dent, catches him, and breaks in through a glass door. Manages to also freeze the connection between the two bombs and stop them.
Can we talk about the fact that we were planning to upload the same week as 9/11?
Yeah, it's a very problematic scene in the book. I know, I'm aware.
Extremely problematic, especially when we were fucking uploading it.
It's Batman Day. Who gives a shit?
No, we were planning to upload this like 4 days before 9/11.
4 days after 9/11.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about if we didn't get depressed.
Oh,
the original schedule. The original schedule.
Oops. And Batman is talking to Harvey because he crashes. He takes off all the bandages and says, "What are you so mad about, Bats? I've been a sport. You have to admit that. I played along, and you took your joke about us about as far as it could go. Got to the whole world to smile at me. Got them all to keep their lunches down when they saw my face, saying I was cured, saying I was fixed. Well, take a look. Half your laugh. I'm fixed, all right. At least both sides match. Have your laugh, Batman. Take a look. Just take a look." And we see how he sees himself. Not as a cured man, but as a man whose both sides of his face match.
I mean, technically he's symmetrical.
And I see a reflection of Harvey. And he leaves. And apparently, Harvey, kills himself? If I remember correctly.
You know who else killed himself? Or didn't kill himself?
Epstein?
Correct. Okay, so...
As the night progresses.
One moment.
Yeah?
Now I'm going to hit this up in the Discord real quick. Can we just talk about this issue?
Yeah, sure.
One moment.
Esperando. Are we still recording?
See.
Well.
So, with this being such a long book with 51 issues, that's sometimes like entire, episodes. So I think we can.
You want me to split it?
The only way we can do this story justice, honestly, is to do episode by episode.
Okay.
We'll find a way to, we're going to get all these issues done within the next. We're not going to drop it. It's going to be an issue that we're going to do along with our headline stuff.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Hope you guys enjoyed this first issue.
I'm Lalo.
And I'm Robert.
In the Stories with Issues, The Dark Knight Returns, Part 1.
And hope you enjoy. Peace.